Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to put facing on the normal butterfly dresses, or it can be called bubu too. Please subscribe to my channel, like and comment. Thank you. So to start, we're going to fold our fabric into 4. The length of the owner of this dress is 60. So you're going to just measure 120 inches of your fabric. Fold it into 2 at the top side, then now fold into 2 again at the side. So at the end you're going to have 4 fabrics on a fold. Like the fabric is going to fold it into 4, just the way I've shown you in the video. So after that, you're going to take another fabric in which you're going to use for the facing. Like this is the fabric, like something left from after cutting my 120 inches and scarf. So what I'm going to do now is to fold into 4. So I folded it this little. This is about 13 inches, but you could use lesser depending on the amount of fabric you have. So now I've measured 13 inches length. So now I'll fold again on a fold. I'll get 13 in. I'll measure 13 inches too. So it's going to be like 13 inches all through. This is 13 inches too. So after securing that, I'll cut it off. 13, then 13. Sorry, I didn't even know I was blocking the camera. So after getting 13, you just have to cut it off, so at least you have a neat fabric to work with. So place this already cut out fabric on the facing on the main fabric. You place it on top of each other, then secure with a pin. Make sure you put it and it doesn't move. I like to actually use a pin to secure my fabric, so that I don't make mistake at the end. If you don't make sure it aligns well, you'll see that maybe the top is longer than the front, and it's quite annoying. So to avoid that, I use pins a lot. So now I'm going to measure the neckline. So for the neckline, it's going to be like 3.5 inches in breadth, more length. So now we're marking depth. 2.5 inches for the back. We're calling it. So this is the back neckline. So we'll also be marking for the front too. 6 inches of our covering. Sorry that my camera is moving. I didn't even realize it was shaking this much until after I was done with the video. It was too late to do anything about it. So we'll cut out the back neckline. I'm blocking again. Sorry. Cut out the back neckline. Now it's time to cut the front. In cutting the front, you have to take out the facing and rearrange it. But before rearrangement, you have to notch both sides. We'll notch the left side, give it a little notch, then the right side. Then refold. So in the process of refolding, the notching will now align with each other, so I'll be able to cut the front neckline. We'll do the same too. So the bubu, notch left, notch right, then rearrange in such a way that the notch will now be aligning to each other. Make sure it aligns. Just exactly what I'm doing. So after rearranging, so just make sure the notch is aligning with each other. Please make sure, if not you're going to make mistake with the cutting. So after rearranging, just the way you see me do, we're going to place our facing on it. remember the notch has to align. If not, you make mistake. After aligning it, then you cut out your front neckline. So see how it is. Perfect. Back, the front. The next step will be to sew, but before sewing, we first of all measure our where we are going to sew on the main bubu. The side is sewing. You know the way bubu is. So we have refolded the see it's already showing. Look at the front and look at the back. That's exactly how it's going to be on the main bubu too. Let's fold back. That same notch again, you have to put that's where it's going to show you where the clothes is. Now see, it's been folded back to how it was originally, the front neckline and the back neckline. If you were not done that way, you would have made a mistake in cutting front for both sides, and at the end it will not work out. So now we're placing our measurements on the bubu. For this, I'm measuring my armhole length to be 13. It depends on how wide, how long you want the armhole to be, or how small you want it to be. But it's actually preferable with longer, like it's longer. So this particular person's bust measurement is 44. So divided by 4 will be 11. So I added like 3 inches allowance to give me 14. So that's the bust. The next measurement will be the hips. The hips is about 46. I'm measuring 10 inches from the bust to the hips. So 46 divided by 4 is 11.5 plus like 3.5, or give 15.5, like 4.5 rather, I give 15.5. I'm joining both lines. Okay, the slanted line. I realized that the allowance I put initially was too much, so I had to readjust by moving 1 inches from both sides. So the hips and the bust will be 13. And the hips will be 14 now. I'm joining. So at the end, we're ignoring the first line and going with the second line. So please ignore for this video. So I'm just going to draw a slant line all the way down. But to make it easier, maybe because my ruler was short too, so I had to measure like I just added like 2 inches to the hips measurement and marked, then 4 inches to the hips measurement and marked below. So it's going to be very free. So at the end, the down measurement is like 18 inches. That part where I marked is 23 inches from the down. So you can see I'm measuring my hand again, 23 inches from that to that part where I marked. The down measurement was 18 inches like in breadth, and that side was 16 inches. So I'm joining. At the end, it's going to give me a perfect slant. It has to be slanted for easy movements, because if you make it just a straight line, person will be able to move easily. The essence of a butterfly dress is like freeness in your body, easy movement, and it's still beautiful too. So I'll mark exactly what I marked to the right side to the left side. This is not actually front and back, now this is left and right, because when you open it, it's going to give you the left and the right measurement. So exactly what I just talked about, the measurement I just talked about at the left side, that's what I'm marking now on the right side. So we're going to join all through with the ruler. So after marking, you just take to your sewing machine. It's going to be very easy for you to sew instead of you just assuming. So at the end, the left is going to be exactly the same as right. So I'm done. But before sewing, I have to open wide again so I can fix the facing. Facing comes before sewing the sides. Now please ignore that first line I did. So now I'm opening it wide. See, that is already really looking nice. Looking at it, you can already guess which is the front and which is the back. Yeah, that's the front and this is the back. So now we're going to place our facing on it. And please remember that notching that we put was for a purpose, so it's going to align like the facing and the dress is going to align on that with the notch. Like the notch is going to align on both the facing and the dress and the main dress. To see what we have, so we'll have to hold it safely with pins. I love to work with pins a lot. Some people don't need to use pin, but I use pin so I don't make mistake. I have a lot of it. I'm blocking with my hand again, sorry. So we like fix with the pin. After that, I'll take the sewing machine and sew. I approach it back. I didn't show the sewing process because I assume everybody will know how to sew. This is just like a round line. That's the front and back. Now we're going to like insert the facing inside the fabric. It's going to be at the back of the fabric. So after doing this, we need a pressing iron to press it flat. Please make sure your iron is hot enough, not too hot to burn the clothes, but hot enough to press it flat. So what we're doing now is just to press all the edges flat. The edges, the roundness flat. Turn to the other side and press some more. So we're going to use like hemming gum. Well, it's called hemming gum. Yeah, I don't know what is the real name is. In Nigeria, we give it all sorts of names to some things that at the end you don't know which is the real name. But it's in the market, it's called hemming gum. So I like to use hemming gum for like facing instead of tacking. Some people advise tacking, but maybe I'm not so good with tacking. Maybe I just feel that the thread is going to show in front, or it's not going to look so neat as using hemming gum. But I use hemming gum for all my facing and for even slits and some things that I just need to keep close in fabric. So I've put hemming gum on the edge. So I'm going to put hemming gum on like the four corner. Facing is like four corner. So I'm going to cut hemming gum on four corner of this one and iron. Make sure your iron is hot enough not to burn the clothes too. You're going to keep iron. Yeah, some people say maybe when the clothes is washed it may come off, but so far so good, nobody has complained. I use it for my clothing too, and although when you wash your clothes it may come loose a bit, but as soon as you press, like you iron your clothes before wearing, as soon as you try to iron again, it sticks again. Like it doesn't come off easily. And if it finally comes, or maybe after you have worn the clothes for so long, at that time the facing would have taken that original shape you want it to take, so it's not going to come off again. Now when you wear clothes and the facing is trying to peep out, it's not going to do that anymore again because it's taking the shape you wanted it to take in the first place. So what I'm doing so far now is iron with my very hot iron. As you iron, you used to turn to front and iron again. You have to press it nice and flat so that the facing can stick to the clothes. So if you notice it's stuck already, that's exactly what I wanted. Press it nice and flat. So now I'm done. I'm turning to the front. I'm making sure it's, see the front now, see the neckline now, it looks so nice. You still need to press it some more again so it's perfect and stays that way. You press front, you turn to the back, you press. So now I'm done. I'll take the sewing machine to stitch where I already marked. So the left and the right, so the left. So please remember, ignore the first line I made though. That was a mistake. Now I'm back from the sewing machine. I've sewn the sides. Look at it. I used the green thread in sewing Very nice. Look at it. I'm bringing it closer. Can you see? Now the next thing to do now is to hem the edges, the sides and the bottom of your dress. Fold into two and sew. That's what I usually do. Take it to the sewing machine and I'm back. So you see, it's done already. So what I'm going to do next now is to take a piece of the fabric, dip into water to clean out the chalk lines on my clothes. Of course, I can't leave the chalk line on the clothes that way. It has to go off so that the thread alone will show. So we may leave it that it will go up by itself, but I won't do that. You have to clean it off. And that's it. Your butterfly with face it is done. See how beautiful the neckline looks now. You will like it. Even your customer will like it if you're making it for someone. Thank you for watching the video to this very end. Please subscribe to my channel. I upload videos regularly. Yeah, please help my channel grow. Like this video, comment, share with your friends so they come watch it too. And thank you so much. God bless you.